What's up, everybody? This is your girl Erica from the Classy Climb blog. If you can hear me, drop a one in the comments and also drop your city and state in the comments. Okay, so let's go ahead and hit it up. Now, listen, people gonna be like, Erica, this is a financial channel. You shouldn't be talking about gossip. No, we're using real life scenarios to explain why when people talk about generational wealth, they talk about investing, they talk about money. You have to realize there's people involved. There's emotions involved. When you say, "Hey, parents should just do A, B, and C," your people aren't robots. You know why? People aren't robots. So a lot of times the stories we're seeing, we don't even have to talk about Dr. Dre's daughter. We literally could talk about just your average person who's expecting their grandma to help pay for college, who's expecting grandma to help pay a light bill. And we always want to, some channels like saying, well, black women don't have any money when they get older. Who's helping carry those families? Grandmothers, aunts, your rich aunt. You know what I'm saying? Again, but let's get into it. Now, I want to start this off with someone's already said it in the comments. Dr. Dre has not seen this girl for 18 years. Let me say that again. Dr. Dre has not seen this girl, and I'm being careful, girl, for 18 years. Since she was 20, because she is now 38. Okay. No person face-to-face contact. Okay. Now I'm gonna go there. I have white friends and Asian friends who their father and mother get a divorce and the father remarries. They'd almost never see their dad again. And people be like, that's because women be not giving us the custody and telling all these sob stories. But we also know that sometimes people literally pick up and start a new family, literally a whole new family, and they do not contact their previous children. This is something that we've seen. Let's not act like we don't know this. Okay, let's just go there and say that. Two. I'm being careful. She is 38 years old with 4 kids. Now, let's just have a moment. This woman left Las Vegas during the pandemic and relocated to California with no skills and no job. Apparently, her father 18 months ago stopped sending. Now, he ain't even the one physically sending it. Someone on his team, his staff, is sending the money. He is not personally talking to her. We don't know if the team even sends her Christmas cards. But I can tell you what has happened with some of the families I know where the parents or grandparents are wealthy. And I'll just tell you, a white family out of Fort Worth, they sent every kid to college, gave every kid $800 a month during college. And to this day, those grown men are like, well, they could have did more. You went to one of the most expensive schools in Texas for absolutely free. $100,000 education for free. And you got $800 a month. Can I tell you how many people, I worked in financial aid office, how many people literally were on the verge of being homeless, on the verge of being hungry, and our staff having to tell them, okay, honey, you can apply for food stamps. Honey, this is what you need to do, A, B, and C, because they had no kind of guidance at home. So again, when we talk about levels to this, there's levels to this. This young lady is renting a car that's over $2,000 a week or something to that effect. Why? Why? To do Uber, Eats, and Lyft? Now listen, Glenda Cameron tells you all the time how people are in BMWs doing Uber and Lyft and DoorDash, where they just dropping off food. They ain't even driving nobody around. Okay, so again, let's just dissect what we just said. This young lady is 38 years old, and I'm being careful because I really want to be like 40, you old, hey, old lady, but that's not old to everybody. So let me just be careful. She's 38 years old. At this point in her life, she should have some kind of skill. Even if you knew your parents were sending money, and I'm even giving her the window of, hey, they were sending her checks for years, right? Just a little bit of money. So she was stressed out from all these kids and just didn't have time. But this is the problem, okay? This is the problem. People are like, well, she should have an inheritance from him. Says who? Says who? Do you know how many times I've met families where they got some uncle you ain't never heard of that's disinherited? I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now, we have an aunt who ran away when she was young. She's gone on and built a whole life in California. Finally, my grandparents, one of my grandparents, the other one passed away before they reunited. My grandpa called out there and like, "Hey, you ever gonna come back? You ever gonna come see me? For I die. I'm almost 90 years old." And he flew out and seen her. And we're not a poor family. My grandpa has many rental properties in Chicago, lives well. But I have an aunt who decided she did not want to be a part of the family. Just a teenager ran away to California. But she's a businesswoman in California doing well. So this happens to all types of families. I want this to be very clear. When you hear about these stories of distant cousins, distant uncles, some people are choosing their situation. Okay? And I ain't worried about none of my family seeing this thing. They don't be watching me like this. So I'm not worried. Anybody complains, I'll be like, and what grandpa gonna do? Beat me? Okay. And so I want you to understand that I've met several families where there's somebody who's decided I'm gonna go do something else and I'm not gonna follow instructions. So let's just set it up there. She has 4 children. I don't know how many baby daddies. Let's just go there. Let's say it's 2. Let's just be nice. We're gonna be nice to the young lady. Let's say it's 2. She should have 2 other families that she can reach out to. And I'm just gonna go there. If she has 2 baby daddies, they have mothers and fathers. If she cannot care for those children, they need to be sent to their fathers or their grandparents on the other side of their family. And I know no one wants to hear that, but that is the truth. That's the truth. Let's say she has 3 baby daddies. Let's just go there. Okay. Okay. Let's just go there. 3 baby daddies. That means she has 3 sets of other parents and grandparents that she could go pawn them children off on. Okay. Let's do the math. All right. There's no child support. That don't sound right. There's no food stamps. That don't sound right. There's no care coming in. There's no TAMP, which is what, temporary family assistance, emergency assistance. Come on, y'all. Come on now. There's more holes in this story than Pookie and Ray Ray and water. It don't even sound logical. She's renting a luxury SUV to do Uber and DoorDash, and I just ain't got no money to keep it. So again, when we talk about generational wealth, we talk about wealthy families, we talk about people having rules. There were rules in my family. There's just rules. Nobody was supposed to go back to East Carolina University after one of my cousins messed up. We were all supposed to go to NC State. We had certain family discount. No one was supposed to go to a different school. I went to East Carolina. Guess what? I had to pay out of pocket. Lucky for me, I worked in financial aid office and was able to have absolutely free education. Why? Because I sat there and filled out every little form, filled out every little thing, found every little scholarship. My mama went overseas, fast for all of it. $0. Because my family was like, oh, you're not going to NC State? We ain't trying to hear that. We ain't trying to hear it. You want to live outside the rules, then you will pay for it out your pocket. Good luck. And this was when it was cheap, okay? Now, some folks are stubborn. They're stubborn, right? So again, if this man has not seen this woman in 18 years, that means she was 20 years old. I'm just going to go there. Go look up Serena Williams and Venus Williams' other sisters. When Richard married that wife and stayed there, he did not interact with the other children. There are half sisters that Serena and Venus Williams have, and they interview them every couple of years when Serena and Venus make some money or win a championship, and they interview them, right? And to me, I think that's super disrespectful because let these women live, right? Okay. But I'm trying to get, where do we have the accountability factor? Because a lot of people are like, well, Erica, it takes a village to raise a child. The village requires accountability. The village requires us to be, if we cannot discipline your children, we cannot talk to you about accountability. How can the village help you? What you're saying is you want to rip money from the pocket of the village and give it to yourself. We just have to really get it really honest. Today I was at a conference. Every white person that came up there, and I'm just going to go there, they had the most horrible story. I was like, God, oh, yeah, my parents separated. I ain't seen my daddy. This person, my mom was married 5 times. I'm like, good gracious and mercy. And I just figured it out. I can't rely on nobody. I got to do it for myself. And I was sitting there like, I'm glad you figured that out early, because that was going to be rough. Even the guy who put the show, the conference on today, he's adopted by his stepfather, who was also adopted, and now he's adopted his stepson himself. So there's all kind of grace in our communities. There's all kind of grace in society. People pick up slack all the time for people, but where can we ask a question? Is this woman not shaming this man? I know people in North Carolina right now where if they see somebody's grandma at church, they go, "Well, we saw your grandson just out there with nowhere to live." So now what you're doing is shaming this grandmother who may not feel safe with this grandson, wayward child, and trying to reinforce her to make him live in her house. That's not legacy. That's not generational wealth. That's not your inheritance. That's not taking care of people. That's shaming society to take care of someone. Now, I'd say if you go back to the 1960s and 50s, the old joke, they had the one crazy uncle and the family kept him in the house and they took care of him. Or when your grandparents got old, you took care of them, regardless if they had dementia, Alzheimer's, they're walking down the street doing crazy things. Yes. Was that necessary in society? Yes. But we're at an age now where it's not like you have big uncles that can force, the crazy uncle to take his medication. Or they have the honor and respect not to attack family. I just saw a news story where a young man, white man, came from college. He was playing video games 24 hours and his stepfather said, "Turn it off. We're getting tired of it." And he came and killed them, attempted to kill them, killed the stepfather. Mother is still alive in the hospital. And this is a grown age 28-year-old man. Y'all, you cannot tell people they are forced to take care of people. Some of these people need to be in mental health hospitals. This woman, honestly, I'm just gonna go there. If she has 4 kids, why hasn't CPS been called? Because every article she says, "Well, the kids aren't with me. I'm just homeless by myself. The kids are at my friend's house." Let me tell you, I know plenty of people. Your kids ain't just at your friend's house. You are also sleeping at your friend's house. You made this sensationalized for the TV. But this is why I interview the people I bring on. This is why I interview people about business, because it's complicated. It's complicated. Right? There's other YouTubers. I'm not trying to throw no shade. They don't even see their children either. They're estranged from their children. Several YouTubers. So they out here on YouTube making lots of money, but and running businesses, but they don't have access to their own kids and grandkids. So again, you guys want people to be forced to give you some money, but there's no accountability. We can't ask you what you're doing. I'm trying to think of the other family. There was a family where the woman had like 15 kids. And the news went to the house of her brothers and sisters and like, "Why y'all ain't taking in all these kids? Why you got these kids? Why you got your sister homeless?" And the family's like, "We've taken in those kids 5, 6, 7 times. We told her to stop having children. And then she comes and gets mad at us and takes the children away when we put them on discipline schedules." This woman has 5 siblings and they've spread those 5 children out all across all those homes. And every time she gets a whiff of the news or she's arrested or something happens in the news, they come to these people's house and shame the family. Why y'all sisters still having all these babies? Why y'all ain't take these kids in? Who's gonna take in 15 kids? And they in old age and they kids grown. Y'all, there's an adoption story on Instagram. Lovely woman, beautiful woman, nice woman. She adopted a mixed boy. A couple reached out to her, Black couple. They said, "Hey, the boy's mother had another baby. We in our 50s, we just can't do it. Could you consider adopting another child of hers?" And I thought, this is crazy. Come to find out, my friends adopted some babies. They know this is a very common pattern, that once the woman adopts the first child and she gets into the situation again, a lot of times they call the adoption agency and see if the first family that adopted the other child will take the second child. This is a very common practice. And I wouldn't have believed it if it wasn't for me looking on Instagram, reading this whole girl story, and then asking my friends who adopted babies. They fill out forms to say that they would be open to adopting another child from the same mother. So this is a pattern. This is a habit. Okay? This happens nationally. So now this woman, who's a kind woman, but she's a single woman, now has 2 half Black boys who are related. They're brothers. But what about her future life? How does she get married and have her own children? See, we don't really we think, oh, the village is just step up. The village, who's the village? It's us. You asking random people, GoFundMe, all these opportunities to pay for bad decisions, but then we can't talk to you about your bad decision. Tell me where that makes sense at. I had an employee say, why you counting my pockets? Because I'm putting money in your pockets. Between all the places we have you working, you've made $40,000 in 4 months. You telling me you can't figure out how to get a place to live or put tires on your car? Is you doing crack? What's on up? We need to know. What's happening? You ain't we giving you checks. It's not like the child support can be deducted from it. Okay, I'll just put it like that. We'll just say it that way. I also know another person. I didn't hire him, but he's unemployed. I mean, he's homeless in a truck, and the bosses he worked for are like, "Well, what's up? What you gonna do? We pay you good money. You should be able to get an apartment." Yeah, and he's been homeless for a year now. It's 100 degrees plus outside in Texas. At 8 o'clock at night, it's 100 degrees. It's 95, but it's like 100 degrees in Texas. So sometimes you want to help people, but they have to help themselves. They have to be willing to listen. They may just not want help from you. Now, this isn't a video for me just to go on a rant and lecture. I just want to understand. Some people were in the comments saying, Erica, it's a shame. He should be taking care of these children. He should worry about his grandchildren. He's never seen these grandchildren. He's never seen them. He ain't seen her in 18 years. Dr. Dre just had a mini stroke. He could have been out of this earth and would have never saw her again. I want y'all to understand when I tell you some of these men folk have children and go on and have another life, another wife, like they literally go have another life. I don't know if you saw Jaleel White. He's the martial artist. He's a black guy. He's on a lot of movies, just a ton of movies, martial artist. His son's 38 years old, died. This man looks 38. Come to find out, this man had him when he was 15. He done went on and had a whole nother wife, whole nother life. Okay? Other children. Right? Only reason we even found out about this son dying is because of news reporters. And because it was, the pandemic one, that virus. Okay? But what we learned here in this situation is she's 38 years old, and if they cut this money off 18 months ago, according to her doing bad press, trying to online shame her daddy, trying to fame chase, because let's be really honest. Let's have an honest moment. If somebody's sending you money and they don't ever see you for 18 years, I'm not going to say nothing. Let me just put it this way. I'm not going to go talk on the news. I'm not going to talk on TV. I might even change my name and just keep taking the checks, because to me, that was clear indication. I don't want you. I don't want you. I ain't trying to see you. I ain't trying to talk to you. My father died. I had a great inheritance, I don't understand where people assume they're going to get one if they didn't have a relationship, but I'm just going to go there. Okay. There are several YouTube videos, not in the manosphere, but in the men's space, where they talk about, hey, how do I make a will when I die that it's not contested by my other children? There's hundreds of videos like this. This isn't even a joke. I'm not even being funny. There's one guy saying, and it sounds horrible, you leave $1 to the estranged child so that they can't come back and say, well, I don't know if that was his right mind. I don't know. He didn't leave me anything. These people are literally saying, leave these children $1 on a piece of paper so that they can't contest the will, because you are no longer involved in their lives. Y'all, it's real out here. There's a reason we teach financial education. There's a reason. There's a reason we say read these books. There's a reason we say you have to get a skill. I'm driving around Dallas and there's some parts that look real shady. You shouldn't have to live there in this big old city. You shouldn't, but some people do. So I'm gonna read some of y'all comments. I think y'all really are underestimating the fact that, sometimes family members get on drugs. They do crazy things. You cannot force people to help you, and you cannot force people to accept help. So I'm gonna read some of your comments here. Dre's a billionaire. Maybe she refuses help. Nope. She's just crazy. That's what I'm saying. Where these baby daddies at? Where these grandparents and these baby daddies? If you're going to pressure him as a grandparent, where about their pressure? And I've heard some people say sometimes they come back and the other parents kind of convince them against that person, and that might be happening. They owe the kids the passing of knowledge that they learn. They also owe kids the respect of learning from them and a building together at the same time, because all parents didn't learn. Yeah, there's a saying that your parents were growing up when you were growing up. You were watching them grow up in the process. There you go. And that be what it be. That literally be what it be, Melody. If this, and let's go there, because I know somebody is saying we being hard on Black women. What happened when Kurt Franklin's son at 32, 33 years old was complaining that his daddy don't help him? What did we do in the news media? Didn't we just call him a B word over and over and over and say that he a bum and he's a B word, and look at him leaking his daddy's phone call, and come on now. Didn't we just drag this man at 33 years old across the street with broken glass? But yet this woman's 38 with 4 kids, and we should be more sympathetic because she's a woman. Now again, y'all are in the comments already saying Black women can't get no grace. Did we give Kurt Franklin's 33-year-old son any grace a few weeks ago? Didn't we just talk about how bad Kurt Franklin's son was? Didn't we say he was a piece of this and piece of that of SOP, and he's younger than her? Come on now. Come on now. Like, if we're going to call it one, let's call it all now. And let's be really clear. A lot of times these people at this level of wealth, it ain't even about money. It's about getting your kid in the right room and them just getting a job. I know people who have jobs that pay $100,000 a year, and I'm like, how you get that right out of college? Oh, your parents knew this person, that person. It happens. This is true. This is true. This is true. Also, he has a son he ain't seen in 10 years. It would not surprise me. And let's clear this up. Dr. Dre isn't from a poor family. I know everybody trying to have this Compton thing, but Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, all them families weren't poor. They had houses. They owned a house. Their parents had great jobs, and that was part of the kind of like conversation. Like, well, why are these suburban Black folk rapping? Okay, but y'all don't want to have that conversation. The Vanderbilts, if you actually go read them, what's so sad, if you actually go actually read it, the Vanderbilt siblings all lived in New York at one point and were building mansions around the corner from each other in competition. Like houses that would be 40, 50, 60 million dollars now in today's money. I mean, literally, you're talking about fumble the bag. I mean, it's like crazy. There you go. Hey, listen, there's a lot going on there. She is a yardbird. Yeah. You can't. And and I think what you have to understand is your parents' job is not to enable you so that you're helpless. Because let's say Dr. Dre was giving her money all this time. Let's say he never stopped. And then he did die of that stroke and they cut the money off because really his ex-wife would be the most, I mean, that will would be the closest will. So his ex-wife would be just raking it in, right? She might not get no inheritance. So then what was she going to do? Be on the news complaining about it? There you go. Shantae Johnson, please don't. I've seen plenty of women like this where they have all these kids and everybody just stops what they're doing and they're just trying so hard to help her and bend over backwards and they think because they have these kids you should help them. And they never really grow from it. And I really mean this, y'all. If you can see, and I'm not gonna put any of my friends under the bus, but we pass emails where there's hundreds of emails where people started off with, I'm a single mom of 3, and I'm just wondering if you can give me your courses for free. You can give me your books for free. You can give me this stuff. You can get on the phone for an hour with me for free. They do this to everybody. Every person on Instagram that you see out here, everybody that's on YouTube, like we literally call each other and be like, you see this? This is a running tactic. When I put on here that we should pay for somebody's course to like the $50 test for them to be an insurance adjuster, I had grown men in my DMs, grown men in our emails, grown mid-30s. I'm like, hey, can you pay for my test? Man, ain't you 35? If you don't go get your ass out there in Uber, you a grown man. So I want you to understand that this is a habit. When you feed the when they say don't feed the animals at the zoo, they mean that. Because then the animals are like, well shit, I'm not gonna go nowhere. Where my food at? They can never even when they close down zoos, they have to either put those animals in like what they call them like retirement parks. I'm trying to be nice, or they kill them because they're no longer fit for any kind of other life because they just fed them. Okay, listen, if you got hustle, come on through. Not four Pookies, honey. If she got four, then there she go. She got four other families that can help her. Curtis Davis, driving for Uber and Lyft is a job. Uber drivers and Lyft drivers, I got on the phone with at least 50 people who got 10K, 12 bands from the pandemic, the stimmy money, because they were an Uber driver and Lyft driver, and they just documented it. Like they got money. Like I don't know. I know everybody did. Everybody didn't get money. Yeah, I talked to about 50 people on phone calls, paid consultation. I was like, who paid $1,000? Uber drivers. They was making the money. That's right. Listen, when I tell y'all about old money, I always tell people old money means land. A lot of times these old families make enough money to pay the taxes. There's a guy on YouTube that y'all told me last time that died. He's got 100 rental properties and I think 4 kids. If they all just split 20 houses apiece, they straight. They straight. Here, Tina Branch, here we go with this. Here we go. You know, somebody always got to come with the colorism. I'm gonna leave that alone. I mean, when do we become an adult? Is it 45? Is it 50? Somebody let me know. I'm just trying to figure out because when Kurt Franklin's son at 33 was asking for money, y'all said he was a bum and a POS. Melanie Magic and tell me a story that ain't new. We got grown men that ain't taking care of them now, and they got money. You know, our parents don't owe us anything, y'all. And because you know what's sad, I meet people who are 30 who still blaming their mom and dad for something. I remember there's a lot of women channels, and I'm just gonna go there. They can come after me. Oh, my mother didn't teach me femininity. She didn't teach me makeup. She didn't teach me. Jesus Christ, is your mom supposed to teach you everything? Everything? What if she just didn't know herself? Some of y'all mamas look like plain Jane. She didn't put no lipstick on. How's she gonna tell you to put lipstick on and she ain't putting none on herself? How's she gonna tell you to put makeup on? She ain't putting none on herself. I'm not trying to hurt nobody's mama's feelings, but I'm just saying some of y'all mamas look like they ain't never dressed up nowhere. Okay. Just said what I said. Okay. Some of y'all moms look like they was, mopping floors. I don't know. I don't know. But this is the thing where you meet people who are grown talking about what their parents owe them. And they 30. Well, honey, I can go watch 10 videos and learn how to put some makeup on. Shit. I can go watch a bunch of videos and learn how to carry yourself. There's all kind of schools and places you can go to learn how to better yourself. They've got manhood courses out here. I'm telling you, I'm not lying. There's a man course. This guy's 26-year-old teaching a manhood course. Y'all know who I'm talking about. And he nerdy, okay? Oh, here's the thing. At what point is she responsible for her own childhood trauma? At what point is she supposed to work on herself? I'm just trying to figure out. Y'all tell me. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm disrespectful here. It's just I don't understand. I mean, I really am a big believer in extreme ownership. If you mess something up, if you break it, guess what? I'll just have to fix it. Right? Like our family's just like, okay, well, you messed that up, so you fix it today. You figure out how to fix it because you decided to do that, you fix it. And that's the stance I have to take in life because there's just no rescue coming. A lot of these people that you hear, even on Kevin Samuels' channel, these women are waiting on some man to rescue them. They in their 50s. I'm like, rescue you from what, sis? This is life choices at this point. Oh, here you go. Dark and chocolate playing the colorism. This man was making babies and didn't care nowhere. Thank you. Michael Joe White. Yeah. His son died at 38. I didn't even know he had a 38-year-old son. But he had a baby at 15 and his son died. And he said, yes, I know. Y'all asking me. We know. Sorry. Thank you. Michael Ja White. I apologize. Oh my God. Lord Jesus. Okay. Okay. Well, y'all got these names that's ridiculous. So I said what I said. That's my whole thing. What she do? Listen, everybody keeps saying, well, everybody didn't get the stimulus money, Erica. Honey, stop it. People were getting food stamps, checks, uh, children checks, children surplus checks. They was getting checks. The average person got $15,000 to $17,000. And this has been 16 months. So this hasn't been, y'all keep acting like it's March 2020. We are in August 2021. We are 16 months removed. Let's say that again. I know people right now who had to close businesses because of the COVID. Oh, I don't get this spot banned. Because of the pandemic, and had to start whole new businesses. Wealthy people. Okay? Like, I was sitting there on Facebook like, oh my, you shared that out loud? Some people won't. That's my thing. That's the thing. See, people, and here's my thing. I don't know who's consulting her. I don't know. But if someone's sending me a check, again, someone's sending me a check and they don't speak to me, not directly. They ain't seen me in 18 years. Where in my harebrain do I think I'm going to go on TV and shame them? I just don't, again, there you go. There's somebody go. He really ain't, though. He really ain't. I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. She talking about, I want him to meet with his grandchildren. Girl, he don't even see you. Why would he want to see his grandchildren? Okay. Block ministry. Boundaries and accountability are important. Yeah. And the funny thing is, I'm kind of laughing at that last comment because Lyndon shows you Porsches and BMWs and you still don't believe they're his either. So if I show you my 4Runner or my other vehicle, what does that matter? Nothing. Again, who is you, Otis? Who is you? Nobody. Anyways, keep it moving. Dang, even not throw you in a hole. I mean, we can say that, but at some point, listen, y'all keep going back to the circle conversation. We're saying somebody is blaming someone didn't take care of their children. Okay. But at what point is that child of that person an adult that has to take care of themselves? When? She's 38. When do we say if she was 45, we wouldn't be patient with her? Are we saying if she was 50? Because Kurt Franklin's son was 32. Am I? Let's be really honest. If she has 4 kids by 4 different families, where are those families at? I'm being really honest, Leslie Davis. Where are the 4 other families? There's men tied to those children, right? Let's keep it 100. Let's say there's 4 baby daddies. That means there's 4 other grandparents, just like Dr. Dre, who's a grandparent, that she could ask help from. This woman left Las Vegas and moved to California with no money and no plan. Now, last time I checked, most people are leaving California to go to Las Vegas. Am I right? Yes or no? The point of the channel is to talk about finances and money and how do we invest and how do we save money and how do we put money aside and how do we do things and what's the purpose of generational wealth. And anytime I ask for accountability on women, y'all roast me to death. The black women come on here, 67% of the audience is male. Only 30% is female. But when it comes to these chats, Oh, and I talk about some women, y'all are here, y'all in here. Y'all in here. If I'm talking about some men, oh, okay. I just want to come on. Come on. Am I lying? Thank you. Oh Lord, somebody come in here with this, y'all. Ooh, y'all tired? Ain't y'all tired of that? Ain't y'all tired of that same story? Really? So you're telling me that Dr. Dre's daughter didn't betray him by going to the media 18 months ago saying he was deadbeat? He'll never see her and he'll never see the grandchildren and she's struggling, even though he was sending her money? Is that not betrayal? I'm just trying to clarify. Y'all are changing the lines of what betrayal is. Did she not betray him? Somebody she ain't seen in 18 years and she bad mouthing him and he sent her money? Just trying to figure out, y'all. Just trying to figure out. He ain't dead. How can he leave it? He ain't dead yet. Fit girl. Yes, Proverbs 13:22. I agree. But he ain't dead yet. Come on now. M Sway, I can't. You see in the comments, they calling me a bum, they calling me broke, they calling me this, they calling me that. Because I asked why is this woman living this way? Come on. Come on. If I do videos in my Forerunner, Toyota Forerunner, would it be better? If I do videos in the Tesla I'm buying, would that be better? See, this is why the community doesn't make it. Because we want to flash. This woman's in a luxury rental vehicle SUV. And people say that's because she got 4 kids, Erica, but her kids live with her friends. Come on, y'all. It can't be. Listen, we can't be dumb and smart at the same time. So let's come on in the chat now. We can't be dumb and smart at the same time. So let's try it again. Let's try it again. Thank you. Hey, man. I was just telling them in here. I said we just left a conference where every person that got on stage had a bad story. Everybody got a sob story. He's taking care of his exotic kid. You mean the kids he's married and raised by his hand from the day they were born? You mean those kids? You mean the kids that sit at the roof and sit at his table and talk to him and look at him? Those kids? Okay. Okay. That's all. Okay. Right? Oh, I'm not gonna mess with that one. Yeah, Dr. Dre did grow up in a 2-parent home, married parents. But fit girlism, what we're trying to say is, what if they've reached out to her and she did not want that? If somebody's been paying you a check for years and you come out and you bash them, why should they continue to give you a check? Especially if she's this irresponsible. If they put her in her house, what's going to happen? She got to take care of the house at some point. Listen, they never talk about the free will. They never even talk about the partner Bible. I shared a video in the community tab where he goes, if folks are stubborn and they spite you, you shake off the dust and you leave. That's in the Bible. That's why I shared that one. If I go find the verse, I'm gonna put it in there because see, y'all want to use all these other verses. That verse where if you are stubborn and you refuse to listen and heed, you are no longer to associate with that person. You are to shake your feet off and leave. And y'all know that. There you go. Out of interest. There you go. There you go. I mean, that's we just the basic. We just ask some basic questions here because we're replying this to Dr. Dre, and the response y'all are giving is so strong. I know personally people who are grandparents who are, and let's just be honest, I've had consult calls where people are paying $5,000 from their pockets to hold their mama up and their sisters up. And I'm like, why you doing that? Can they work? Yeah, they can work. I just don't want them to be on the streets. And I'm like, that's good, but can we get them some cheaper housing? Can we? Because a lot of y'all ain't gonna say no anyway. You're gonna just pay. And this is what we're seeing in these comments. A lot of y'all would rather basically go to the doghouse and eat Oppo in your 70s just so you don't lose face. Okay, cool. Cool. Good to know. Oh, you talking about the actor from A Different World? He's a prime example. His father was in the stock market, first black company to make it to the public stock market. They gave him the company. 3 years later, it was bankrupt. It was gone. And he's an actor on A Different World. Literally, the company people that worked at the company sued him. Let me see if I can find it. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Get to his name is Ron on the show. Daryl M. Bell. Go look up Daryl M. Bell. And this is why people sitting here talking about you should take care of them because you know it could be okay. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I'm gonna do this right here because you know they love calling me whatever. That's why y'all crack me up. Y'all would give alcohol to an alcoholic because y'all so silly. All right, so this guy right here, father, rich, hella rich, first black guy. I'm going to go down here and show you because it was a big thing. Okay. Oh, is it gonna do it? Let's see. There you go. Let me do it this way. Travers Bell. Can y'all see this? Let me see if y'all can see this before I start talking. There we go. Y'all can see it. Good. Travis Bell Jr., 46, founder of the only black firm exchange on Wall Street. Oh, you better get out of here. I ain't paying for that. Hold on, watch this. Travers, what is that? Travers Bell? Travers Bell Jr. Wikipedia. Okay. Go on here. Come on. I mean, y'all can see this. Anyway, let's maybe see if this one pull up. I hate it. Long story short, Travers J. Bell, from projects to Wall Street. Long and story short, he was the only black man to be on Wall Street Exchange, black-owned member firm. His son takes it over. 3 years later, they are dissolved. And he went to go act on A Different World. He basically had a heart attack. You guys can come see read all about him. Sadly, 1988, Travers died suddenly from a heart attack at the young age of 46 years old. At the time, the firm was worth $15 million. Okay, and that's 1988. So y'all tell me how much money that is today. Okay. If you go in here and read it, long and the story short, he worked for it and it dissolved. And the people who worked for the firm sued him because he wanted to be famous in Hollywood and not take care of his daddy's business because he didn't know how to. But you can go read this on your own free time. End of the day, father set him up for success. Couldn't continue it. But you always say give money to anybody, so. There you go. I'm just saying I feel like in the story she maybe has not taken time because sometimes kids take a lot of your day to have a personal look at where do I want to be in 5 years. It seems like my daddy's not going to give us no more money. I'm not ever going to see him again while he's alive. So what should I do? All right? What should I do? And that's really the thing. Yep. I mean, again. Yeah. Yep. That's what I'm trying to ask y'all. What age is an adult? Y'all tell me what age is an adult, because clearly it's not 38. Excuse us. Kurt Frankenstein's 33 and he's an adult. But this woman who's 38, she's not an adult. I apologize. There you go. Oh, Robert Roper. There you go. We did a whole show on Brian McKnight's sons too. They tried to get him jobs at the hospital. They tried to get him other jobs. They broke in his house, stole stuff. They were mad because they asked them to work, right? And they're like, "No, I want to go on tour with my dad." Do you sing like Brian McKnight? You don't? Oh, okay. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Alrighty then. You know what I'm saying? Like these kids are expecting you to put them on the same level as them, and they're not living up to it. So, anyways, let me see what else y'all got in here. We've been here 45 minutes. Honey, thank you. Y'all like, I'm gonna go there. Does the United States owe reparations to slavery? Yeah. We gonna get it? No. But they owe us. That's the same level I put this box in. Like, okay, y'all call me when they cut the check. I done had to block about 4 of y'all. Y'all getting disrespectful. Good luck. Being mad at me ain't gonna change your life. Yep. There you go. Mm-hmm. Lisa Lee, come on. For what? For why? She grown. When do we become adults? When you drive past a homeless person on the street, should you be forced to give them $1? That's what it sounds like y'all advocating for. Oh, okay, no problem, no problem. I'm just telling you that's my whole point. That's why the money stopped, because she went on the news saying he ain't never seen his grandkids, ain't seen her in forever. You know what I'm saying? It's like, at what point do we have to have a talk? It's in the chat, honey. I've seen it. Y'all act like I can't see. Some comments are held because they have curse words in them. Everybody can't see them, but I can see them. So I'm putting you on the blocks. There you go. Exactly. The presence for shadows. But I know I missed somebody's super chat, and I apologize. I didn't do it on purpose. It's just it keeps cutting it off. NC Involved says, how long are people going to lack accountability? They are grown when they choose their partners, but want to be taken care of when they burn money. Honey, listen, when people talk about helping single moms, I go, I won't dare to have the fun. I won't laying down and having the good party. Why you calling me now? I didn't get to go make no babies. Whatever you want to call that, having fun or whatever. I'll be, trying to say it in a nice way. That's how I'm gonna say it. Yeah, there's several comments that y'all see are blocked, right? Literally, y'all are saying all kind of ugly stuff. That's cool. Yes, he ran his father's company into the ground. Yeah. People sitting here trying to play like they don't know what they're talking about. You don't know what I'm talking about. Stop playing. There's 420 people here. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Somebody had a $20 super chat. I apologize. It's going too fast. I'm slowed it down and everything, and it's still going. But that's the thing. The grandbabies ain't living on the street, y'all. They living with friends. She done told you. What system's broken? What system? The system that you work, you have a place to eat and food in your mouth, and come on, y'all. Stop playing. Yeah, she's renting a luxury SUV, and that's why the news was recording it and asking her how much did she pay for the vehicle every week. There you go, $2,300 for 3 weeks. You can rent cars on Uber on Torino.com for $40 a day. $40 a day. No, you didn't. No, you didn't try to do that. No, you didn't try that. Dr. Dre ain't got $1 billion sitting. He's got lots of assets, but he ain't got a bill. Y'all saw when he sold Beats for Dre, he was only a 1/3 partner. No, the company Beats made $1 million. He didn't make $1 billion. Oh Lord, I'm not gonna get in that one either. She's reached out to him multiple times, and he has not reached out to her. The people that give her the check and talk to her are on his staff. He's not talked to her. He's not talked to her. That's what I'm saying. My channel is about money, going to make money, buying stuff, starting businesses. I can show you the demographics of the channel. They're 67% male. It's only when we do the lives that women are more on here than men. I know my numbers. I can show you. I've showed my YouTube class repeatedly this. Go look up fit girlism. Just all you have to do is go Google it. The news reporters, they ain't got no shame. They literally interviewing her while she in the car, Ubering. Go look at the vehicle. Go look at the vehicle. Listen, there. Thank you. Look at y'all. Look at y'all. Resort Luke 9:5. Shake the dust off your feet. That's my whole point. See, Nicole Marie, our community says we don't want flashy, we don't want the trappers, we don't want the rap stars, we don't want all this glam stuff. But if I don't come out here with my Forerunner or with a Tesla, brand new Tesla, oh, blah 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 blah. It's real sad. It's real sad. That's how we know. That's how we know the community really doesn't want to make it. They don't. Most of the people that were at that event today, and they all had businesses, roofing, plumbing, making $1 million a year. They out here with pickup trucks, souped up ones, but pickup trucks. And that's the thing, y'all out here living in this little Instagram world. Y'all gonna learn soon. Gonna learn soon. You're gonna learn, baby. I do straighten my hair to cut the ends. Oh Lord. No Lord. I'm gonna just leave that alone. Enablers. Okay, so prime example. Let's go ahead and that's a good word. Good word. People on 600-pound life, right? People on the 600-pound life. The people that in the house with them are their family, and they give them food. They give them more food than they need. They let them order Papa John's pizza and all that good stuff. Again, who's accountable there? The enabler or the person who's sick? If somebody is sick and you enable them, you're not helping them. And you are also sick in this case, unfortunately. There you go. Since you won't face it, you'll never fix the issue, and you'll be stuck talking about how everybody did you wrong. I know to this day, people. I showed y'all a video by Clemson University. Now, Clemson University been in the news for 10 years straight, just making money. There was a woman in front of her house. She inherited it 13 years ago. The blinds all tore up. There's trash in the front yard. There's trash on the front porch. And she's like, oh, yeah, the property taxes keep on going up. I inherit this house free and clear, but the property tax is so high. I looked up property taxes around that school. It won't more than $600. I know y'all don't believe me about my mama's house only being $1,000 in property taxes, but literally she lived in South Carolina around the corner from Clemson. The property taxes are like $500. She got a free and clear house for 13 years and is complaining about paying $500 a year in property taxes. I want y'all to understand sometimes you cannot help people. We've had family members when my grandma died, they gave them rental properties. And you know what those rental properties did? Sat empty for years until we badgered them. Hey, you need money? Won't you go rent out that house grandma left you? Oh, you need money? Won't you go rent out that rental property grandma left you? I mean, to the point we had to be like almost fisticuffs. And then they were like, oh yeah, we fixed it up and we rented it out, Okay. Right? Like, then why, come on now. You can't help everybody. He did. He ran his father's company to ground. There you go. Matthew 10:14. And whosoever shall not receive you, nor hear your words, when you depart out of that house or city, shake the dust off your feet. That's what I'm telling y'all. I need to know that, Van Lee. It may. But people are really just delivering food. It'd be one thing if you were actually giving Uber rides. I think a luxury vehicle helps and gets you more money, but not delivery. I don't think this is true. All right, we've been in here almost an hour, but I just had to I just had to go there. You know what I mean? And y'all, and this is again, here it is, passing judgment. To me, that's so exhausting when people talk about passing judgment. Didn't the Lord give us two eyes, two ears, one mouth? Come on now. That's basically it. What he did. Yeah. So that's what I have for y'all. I mean, y'all just naming anything right now, but I'm just saying, like, you know, you guys have to really understand this. Like, there are a lot of people out there who have sob stories, terrible stories. Even today, a really good one was Alvin Hope. I do have the Classy Climb. You can go in any of the Classy Climb classes. It's called classyclimbers.com. Buy any course you want. So there was a guy today who said he tried to shoot himself, gun jam. He dropped a gun shoots. He took some pills. He woke up 10 days later and he unsuccessfully tried to kill himself. He said, "Dang, you so stupid, you can't even kill yourself. So if you're gonna live, you might as well get up and get to work." He even joked, he said, "If I walked out in the street today and got hit by 4 cars, I'd probably still live." And I said he probably would. And that's the thing. Y'all gotta understand, bad stuff happens to everybody. Thank you, M. Jim, for the $10 super chat. Bad stuff happens to people, but you don't just lay down and die, man. Oh, thank you, Foxy Brown, for the $5 super chat. I mean, and at the end of the day, nobody wants to see their kids struggle and suffer, and nobody in their right mind, right? Um, Nobody in their right mind. But at the end of the day, they have to want to receive help. I just told y'all the other day how I've been telling my mom about JV deals and partnerships and buying this and buying that. And the construction worker that's doing a $30,000 repair on the back of the house, extending decks and doing all this stuff, told her about JVs and partnerships and creative financing. And she's like, "Oh my God, Erica, did you know about this?" Yes, mother. It's the thing I've been talking to you about for 5 years now. So sometimes you could be telling somebody something directly to their face and people will literally not hear it from you. I've had people come on this channel and quote something from somebody else's channel that I've been talking about for 7 years now. And I'll be like, if you don't get your foolish ass out of here, get out of here. Because people want to hear it from where they want to hear it from. Period. Right? They don't read books, right? They don't really, you know what I mean? Like, here's Vanessa. Okay, Vanessa, it's been nice meeting you. Nice knowing you. We're going to put you in the block ministry tonight. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you for joining us. And people say, "Eric, are you blocking people?" Yeah, we blocking people. We blocking people. I could agree with you slightly on this because I've been saying this the whole hour, but okay. I literally, I can't watch it. Asia watches it and it just makes me sad. There you go. There we go. There we go. And welcome to the block ministry. Let me see. One more last thing. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. King Made Music 24.99 super chat. But yeah, that's what I have for you guys, really. Every time I go to these conferences, go to seminars, there's somebody gets on stage and tells us a sad story and how they overcome, white, black, Asian, whoever. And what y'all have to understand is Dr. Dre could have handled this differently. But at some point, I think if he kept enabling her, he died tomorrow and left her no money. This woman would be a 40-year-old woman who would have to go out and do the same thing she's doing now. Even as I drive around Dallas, we cannot save everybody. And what I realize is, I'm telling everybody about these jobs. I know. Listen, right? Okay, that's the thing. I have like 10 people now have been blocked today. We can talk about all these jobs out here and these opportunities, and there will be somebody 5 years from now like, "Nobody told me about tech." Like, you see all these companies went remote and you still send your teenage sons and daughters to go knock on the door at a fast food place to apply. These people aren't prepared for real life. They just really aren't. Honey, they got to be blocked and be blessed, because you don't have to be here. It's called hate watching. I know y'all don't believe me, but it's a word called hate watching. And so these people will watch you, be mad at you. I mean, send me crazy stuff. Thank you, right? Send me crazy comments, send me crazy messages, and be watching this and just be like, "Oh, I don't agree with you. You a this, you a that, you a this, you a that. Why are you watching? I don't agree with you." Okay, all right. Well, why are you here, baby? You know what I'm saying? I just trying to figure it out. You ain't gotta agree with me, but you ain't gotta call me nothing crazy. This is true. If Dre gave her $1 million, she'd be broke in a year. She would be. She'd be broke. Again, and this is an argument they use against reparations, which is wrong. But if they gave every black person in America $10 million, the people that are broke will be broke again. The people that are doing well right now would be doing well even better. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm just being really honest. Listen, thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And that's why I asked for testimonials, because people out here giving testimonials for the dumbest stuff, and I'm like, y'all, we put the material out here. If people are ready to hear it, they're ready to hear it. If they ain't, they ain't. So I thank y'all for watching me tonight. That's all I have for y'all. I think we had the how to invest 100, how to invest $1,000 videos that should be coming out. We pre-recorded some of them. But at the end of the day, like, Dr. Dre don't owe her no money, y'all. He don't owe her no money. And I know y'all don't like it, because them grandbabies. What about them grandbabies? This is the same stuff we do in the black community to the poor black women who our children are making grandchildren. And if they don't watch the grandchildren, they're a bad grandmother. It's really wrong. It's wrong, and it creates a cycle of poverty. There is a quote, I can't remember who said it, but if you don't raise your grandchildren, if you don't raise your children, you will raise your grandchildren, because you spoiled them. So, exactly. Dame Dash son sells cookies. Y'all crack me up, boy. Y'all crack me up. Y'all are cracking me up right now. Also, did y'all see the moratorium got extended to October? So I don't know where old girl was living before, but she should have stayed there. She should have stayed there, because they won't make. I'm sorry. I'm done. Y'all have a good night. This is silly.